on Facebook. Just giving it a second. Okay, here we go. We are live. Hello, welcome. If you're watching this later, hello. Um, it's been a while since I've been on here. A lot of things, shifts have been happening in my world, and life just gets busy, and you just have to kind of roll with whatever you're personally dealing with. Um, just a life update. William and I got married in October of 2024, and we moved to Florida, to Clearwater, Florida in November of 2023. And we just moved into an apartment to just, sort out life. And anyway, we are looking for a house. We put an offer in, it fell through with the inspection, and so now we're on our second offer, and it's just been really chaotic, but that is just life. Again, life just happens sometimes. So that's a little life update, but what I'm really here to talk about is my upcoming program. And if you've been in my world for a while, then I have a Lightworker Academy program. It's this is the first year of me running it in this way. So it is a full 10-month program. That's the way I've always ran it in the past. This year we're breaking it up into separate programs. So you can do the whole program. You save money if you do that. Or you can just, pick and choose which programs you might want to do. And we're just coming to the tail end of my somatic coaching program that has been utterly phenomenal. The changes people have seen in their own life just from doing this work. That's how I teach all of my programs. Every program that I teach within the Lightworker Academy is for you, first and foremost, to go through your own healing. And that is what's happening in that program, in the somatic coaching. And so what's opening up now is my emotional freedom technique. It's an advanced emotional freedom technique program, combined with energy meridian theory, because so much of our life, we're not taught about our energy. We're not taught that we have these 72,000 energy meridians within our body, and we just go through life thinking, if something physically is wrong with us, it must be because of XYZ thing that the doctor tells you. For example, I struggled with chronic fatigue for years, and once they checked my thyroid was low. They gave me thyroid medication. I still was exhausted. And I mean, like, not just like, oh, I'm a little tired. I was dragging myself around behind me. That's the best way I could describe it at the time. It felt like I was just like a shell of myself, and I was dragging myself around. I did what I absolutely had to do, and most days I was in bed by 1 p.m. with my computer on my lap, and I would work a little, I would zone out a little, like I just needed to be laying flat. And I lived that way for a good couple of years. And, once the doctor fixed my thyroid levels, the next step was, oh, you're still tired? Okay, you must be depressed. And he literally prescribed me an antidepressant, which I went to the pharmacy and picked up, and I just like held it, and I was like, this isn't for me. I know that I'm not depressed. There's something else going on. And that's when I started opening myself up to some new techniques, like somatic work, like nervous system healing, and like the releasing trapped emotions that is a part of this program that we're doing coming up at the end of this month. We start. So it's called EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, and Energy Meridian Theory. And then it's also about releasing trapped emotions. So we're going to learn how the emotions get trapped, where they get trapped, what that looks like. But I really tell people, if you have any kind of autoimmune disorder, any kind of chronic health issue, any kind of anxiety, depression that's chronic that you've had for years, and you're doing the things traditionally, but you haven't looked at trapped emotions, where things are getting stuck in the body, like we use muscle testing to do that, and nervous system healing or nervous system dysregulation, then you're missing a big piece of the healing journey, because those two things, I think, can really supply a root cause to the issues that are going on. Of course, still see doctors, still do, your protocols and things that they're telling you to do. But what I'm saying is, have we checked the emotional piece? Have we checked the subconscious piece, the mindset piece, and also these uh, the nervous system, and then the emotions that can be trapped. Those pieces are essential, in my opinion, to healing chronic health issues, chronic anxiety, things like that. So that's what this upcoming program is really all about. It's really for people, it's for coaches, healers, massage therapists, anybody that wants to add another modality, another understanding to their work that they're already doing. Tarot card readers, any kind of healer in any form, any heart centered entrepreneur. This is just going to be an additional way for you to add in another modality to help your current clients. It's also for people that maybe have felt that calling within to do something else. My cat loves to start meowing when I'm doing this work. So this is where we're at. It's just every time. So it's also for you, like if maybe you aren't doing any kind of healing work right now, but you have this feeling within you that like there's something more you're meant to be doing. You're that person that everybody comes to. You've been helping people maybe for a long time, but you haven't stepped into your gift. You don't know how to channel your light work energy. I believe there's many of us that are light workers that we either feel like imposter syndrome, like who am I to go do this and say that I can help other people. There's a lot of that goes around for people that resonate with being a healer, being a light worker. There's just this underlying feeling that like there's too many people doing it. Who am I to do it? I don't really know anything. And so this program or the Lightworker Academy in full gives you the structure and the modalities to be able to use. Like we all use our own energy and our own frequency differently. And so this program just gives you that ability to channel that energy, that healing energy, and those innate gifts that you have. So it's also for people that, want to start helping others in a deeper way. And you might still have your 9 to 5 job and you're doing healing work on the side. I know a lot of people that do that until you grow that business. If you take the full Lightworker Academy program, at the end we go through the Lightworker Academy Business School, where I teach you how to do this work in an online capacity or in person and how to market yourself. So this work is something I'm very passionate about. And last thing I want to say, who else is it for? Sorry, I forgot this piece. It's also for you if you have no intention of helping others with this. Maybe you just want to go through it for your own personal growth, because first and foremost, that is how I teach every program. You are going through it for your own healing first and foremost. And if you do become a practitioner of this, you are your first client. You can only take somebody through a process to the level that you've taken yourself through it. And so this program is for people that maybe aren't right now looking to become a practitioner of any sort, or a healer or a coach, but they just want their own healing experience. Then it's also for you. Maybe you just want to do it for you and your kids, your family, and give these tools to your loved ones, which is an amazing way to do it as well. So that's kind of who it's for. And you'll be given practices that you can utilize right away to heal, shift, and change whatever stuckness or whatever's going on in your own life. And again, these tools of understanding our energy meridians. This is just stuff we were born with, but that we don't learn. You know, nobody teaches us about our energy and about how our energy body works and how we trap emotions and how quickly we can release them. And again, we do all of that. We figure that out with muscle testing. So you're muscle testing what is imbalanced, and then I'm giving you tools to quickly bring that back into balance. So it's really powerful work. It's a 2-month journey with me and an amazing group of people. Everybody that comes in, I speak to. So this is by application only. If I already know you, we don't necessarily have to go through that process. Some of the people that are in the program I know, but I vet every person that comes in because I want to make sure that we're all, you know, in that right place and that we are, because we're co-creating together, right? So that the people that come in are the aligned people for this particular program. And yeah, that's what I want to say about that is that there is an application process, or at least just a, hey, I want to reach out, and then we just talk. We just talk on the phone. The other thing I want to say, it's a 2-month class, and it is at its lowest cost right now. So until I think I said June 15th, so that's like one more week, and then the price is going to go up. 300, I think it's maybe $400. So somewhere between 3 and 4. I have to look at what I did, but right now it's at its lowest cost, at 1111 1111, because we love those repeating numbers. And that's if you just want that course. If you decided you wanted the full Lightworker Academy program, you wouldn't pay the full price for all the programs. There's a discount, and you can do payment plans for all of my programs. For the full 10 months, there is a 12-month payment plan. For the individual programs, there's a 3 and 6-month payment plan. So we try to make it friendly for as many budgets as we can. We don't want finances to be a reason not to do the work that you are meant to do if you feel called to this. And to get to get unstuck from whatever it is you personally feel stuck in, that this work can help you with. So I really feel like it's for so many people that are ready to really make that shift. And, you know, some of us really feel stuck in a career that just isn't lighting us up. And I know people even that we've shoved down our gifts. We know that the gifts are there. We know that the energy is there. We know that we've had this ability to help other people, but we've dimmed that light a little bit because it's hard to be out in the world shining your light. It's easier, you know, to get in a job that where you don't have to be front and center, right? And a lot of us have some baggage, even past life baggage, that we've brought into this life where it just hasn't been safe to speak our truth and to really be who we are. So we've been hiding. And I even think the use of, you know, antidepressants, and I'm not here to like talk badly about them. I think there is definitely a time and a place for that, and I'm not here to shame anybody that is on, you know, antidepressants, but I think our Western society very much pushes drugs, not just antidepressants, but other things, for these symptoms when we don't necessarily need them. Case by case situation here. And I really feel and believe, and it's been prevalent for my own experience and for some of my clients, that a lot of us, I love this quote. It's like, you're not sick, you're psychic. A lot of us have autoimmune disorders. I think this is very common in light workers. Autoimmune disorders. I had thyroid issues, chronic health issues like chronic fatigue, chronic pain, a lot of thyroid issues. I know I said autoimmune, but thyroid issues on an energetic level are really about expressing, because it's right here at our throat center. It's our throat chakra. It's the gland of the throat chakra. And when we're not expressing ourselves, when we are shoving our feelings down, when we're not being who we truly are, when we're living a life out of alignment, this stuff kind of goes haywire in our body. And essentially it starts to break down. And so I do feel like a lot of health issues, anxiety, depression, chronic health issues, an element of it, there's probably several factors going on, but a large element of that for light workers, for healers that have gone undercover, that are not really out there doing their work, are these health issues. And I'd be curious in the comments what people think about that. I think that's kind of a bold claim. I am not a doctor. Hi. I'm an energy healer. I'm a intuitive channel. And these are things I see in my clients. These are things I've experienced in myself. And there's other people I know in the world that have talked about these things. So what if we're not sick? What if we're actually psychic? And we've been pushing our gifts down to be able to stay within a society that views certain things as more important than others, and where we haven't felt safe enough, either from a past life, this life, combination of it all, to really be out there expressing who it is we truly are. And so by repressing these gifts, by repressing this light, we actually depress ourselves and creates anxiety in the body, and it can create chronic health issues and autoimmune disorders. So that is just something I wanted to share. It's a very personal view that I have about this. Again, I believe strongly, like, if you have any of those kind of issues that I just talked about, and you haven't looked into what emotions may be blocked and trapped, and releasing those, and also your nervous system dysregulation, because that's also very common in our modern society. Everybody's dysregulated because this modern society is very dysregulated. So if you've not looked into those two things, that's a big missing piece of the puzzle. And that is something I highly recommend people do. That happens to be the work I do in the Lightworker Academy program, that I teach you how to do for yourself and also teach you how to help other people with. And it's also the work that I do with my one-on-one clients. So reach out to me and let's see if this next round of the Lightworker Academy is for you. It starts at the end of this month. Like I said, you save if you sign up before June 15th. And we meet weekly. So it's a live program. You meet with me every single week, unless there's, sometimes we switch. I think I'm not taking any time off until September. But, sometimes there is a week that we take off, but we meet weekly. And it's an amazing group of people that come together to learn, to grow, and to do the work. And there's homework, there's just practices to use. It's chock full of information because I'm just naturally an overgiver, and you're gonna get so much. So I will be sharing on social media some of the results that people are getting from this work, if you want to check that out. But just to share one person who started the Lightworker Academy back in March in the first round. She came in burned out, overwhelmed, exhausted, drained, and, went to her integrative health person, and they said that she was tracking for adrenal fatigue and high stress. And from doing my somatic coaching program, which was the first round of the Lightworker, but if you do the full program, you can catch back up and you'll take that live the next round that we do. From doing that, she feels like she has so much energy. She gets up in the morning and feels, free. She was waking up feeling like this extra like intensity in her chest every morning because her mind would start giving her the to-do list of all the things she needed to do, and all of that's gone. She has more energy. She has more presence for the people around her. She feels like she has more space for her loved ones instead of just having that constant running to-do list in her mind of all the things she needed to do. Other people are saying, I have a physical therapist in my somatic coaching program, and I have a psychologist. And both of them are like, I never learned the nervous system this way. So I know I'm talking nervous system, and my program that's coming up is emotional freedom technique and energy meridian theory. But I'm telling you, these two pieces of the puzzle, in my opinion, are absolutely necessary in this new energy that we all find ourselves in. In this time right now that we're in June, I've heard that there's this huge portal, actually today, the 6-6 portal, that is, bringing in so much more light. Like, our nervous systems kind of can't handle all this new energy that's coming in, and a lot of people are starting to feel it. And I do think autoimmune issues and anxiety and depression are going to be on the rise. I already know that they are on the rise, and our nervous systems can't handle it. Meanwhile, we also have trapped emotions from... How do emotions get trapped, by the way, Erin? That's a great question. I would love to answer that for you. They get trapped from traumatic experiences that have happened to us in our life, and or even just stressful experiences. So like the experience that I'm in right now of buying a home here in Florida. We're new to Florida. We don't know the rules and regulations, and everything's different from where we're from. And it is very overwhelming. It's very stressful. My body is definitely reacting to that stress. And daily, I am checking muscle testing and checking my meridians, checking where I may be trapping my emotions, because I know I'm in a stressful situation. So that's how emotions get trapped in our body. They get trapped from constant negative thinking, so that not just like thinking one negative thought, but if you're constantly worried about something, constantly projecting negative thoughts towards something or towards your future, like, how am I going to do this? What's going to happen? Finances, house buying, whatever the thing is. And also from stuffing our emotion. So a massive thing happened, maybe something traumatic happened as a child or when you were 20 or 40. I mean, traumas happen throughout our life. There can be big T trauma and little t trauma, and the traumas happen throughout our life. But a trauma or a stressful event happens, and we don't process that experience. Meaning, I don't sit and like feel what those feelings are like, what I'm going through. Because a lot of times when there's stress or trauma, we got to just keep moving, don't we? Like, we don't have time to stop and process and think about what's going on. We kind of go into survival mode, and we're just like fight, flight, freezing our way through the experience. That's going to be a way that we trap emotions. Those emotions have to go somewhere. They don't just magically disappear. And when I do this work with clients, you'd be really surprised. We can find the age that things happen. We can find, it can be very specific, and it's usually, not usually, it's always around something that was very stressful at that time. So again, the emotions get trapped when we don't process the experience, the stressful and or traumatic experience. And the work that we do in my upcoming program that starts at the end of this month, EFT and stuff. We use tapping. We use a mode of muscle testing to release and energy work to release the trapped emotions. And then I'm teaching you about the energy meridians because that to me is very, very important in keeping our bodies healthy, our physical bodies healthy. If our energy meridians are blocked or there's something going on, the physical body will eventually break down in that area over time. Everything's connected, but nobody teaches us about our energy body. So, I just want to make sure I'm touching on everything that I wanted to touch on because there's so much to say about this. But obviously, it's something I'm very passionate about, and I want this work to get into the hands of more people. I want you to have this first and foremost for yourself, so you can give it to your kids, your family, and share the benefits of that. But also, if you're wanting to be a practitioner and be able to offer a service that helps other people, and even make money from it, make an impact, helping others, even if you're doing it on the side. Like, one of my clients is a teacher and she does her healing work like one Saturday a month. She has like a little space that she works out of and she does it. I want light workers making a lot of money so that they can do their work full time, but we have to start somewhere. And certainly doing this on the side, however it works in your life, is a beautiful thing to do. And it's just extra income while you help people. I mean, to me, it's like that is the greatest gift I could ever get, is when people tell me how much the work that I've done has helped them. I literally live for that. Like, it's the greatest feeling to be able to know that I'm making an impact on somebody else's life and helping them through the issues I personally have been through. So everything in this program is stuff that I utilize on a daily basis, and I would love to have you join me. Again, it's 11/11, so $1,111 until June 15th, and then the price goes up. So message me if you are interested. We can have a chat either on email, on Messenger, or hop on the phone. I know not everybody seems to have time to get on the phone, so I always offer alternative options there, but would love to have you join me if it's aligned for you. And I guess that's all there is to say. We start at the end of June, so like June 24th will be the first class, and that is all I have to share right now. But thank you so much for watching. Would love to have you join. I hope this resonated. If you have any thoughts about what I shared, leave a comment below, and make sure to say #replay if you're watching this later. Thank you so much for being here.